I'm just trying to figure out what the heck I watched today at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. Were there even two teams on the field today? Because the Ravens definitely showed up, but wasn't there supposed to be another team out there playing against them? Because it didn't look like anybody showed up. It looked like whoever the opponent was never got off the plane when they landed in Baltimore, the Charm City. Oh, I know. That team was supposed to be the Cleveland Browns. Right. It looked more like a high school team showed up. That was atrocious. What the heck was that? Okay. Now, I'm a Browns fan, as you can tell. And you know that by the videos I've done. But I'm not one of these crazy Browns fans that goes, oh, we're going to go 12-4 this season, or we're going to go 10-6 or 9-7. I'm just hoping for a reasonable 8-8. And to start the season, you do that. This is what happens when you put expectations on the Browns. Boo! It falls down. They fall down, and then they explode. Okay. I expected Baltimore to win. But I didn't expect Baltimore to just absolutely steamroll the Browns. Like, when I made my score predictions with Engraven Vids on our live stream video on Friday, shout out to you for doing that, coming on my channel and doing that video with me, Engraven, Jazzy TV, and Cincinnati, you're next. See you sometime this week. We gotta get it in before Thursday, because Thursday night is the Battle of Ohio. Bengals Browns. Joe Burrow against Baker Mayfield. And Baker Mayfield, you're not off the hook in this video. I am going to talk about you. Because, dude, this is you know what? I'm talking about you right here, right now. This is your third year in the league. Your third year. And I would say you were the number one pick in the 2018 NFL Draft. Number one. And I would say you are the third best quarterback of all the first round quarterbacks selected in specifically the first round of the 2018 draft. Lamar Jackson by far and away is number one. I mean, he was a unanimous MVP. Led Baltimore to the top spot in the AFC last season. Number two is Josh Allen. He's developed into a nice quarterback with Buffalo. I'd like to see a little bit more out of him. I think he needs to develop a little bit more, but he's turned into a good quarterback that fits what Buffalo needs him to do. And Baker Mayfield is third, followed by Sam Darnold, although Sam Darnold is not far behind Baker Mayfield. And then Josh Rosen is not even on the list. Yeah, the Arizona Cardinals should not have traded up to take Josh Rosen. He should have gone back to UCLA. But that's a different discussion for a different day. But again, specifically Baker Mayfield, you were the number one overall pick in the 2018 draft, right? You're not justifying your play the last 2 years, or I shouldn't say that. Your play from last season and you're playing today's season opener in Baltimore has not justified why the Browns rolled the dice and took you number one. We could have had Sam Darnold. We could have taken Lamar Jackson. We could have taken Josh Allen. Heck, In the past, we could have potentially taken Carson Wentz. We could have taken Deshaun Watson. Maybe Patrick Mahomes. I mean, we wouldn't have been stupid like the Chicago Bears and traded up to take Mitchell Trubisky, because that clearly hasn't worked out. But still, we could have had any of those other quarterbacks I just mentioned. Carson Wentz, Deshaun Watson, Patrick Mahomes, maybe. Sam Darnold, Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen. No, we chose you, Baker Mayfield. And right now, you're not validating that our selection of you. You're just not. I don't know if it's the expectations now that you got a star wide receiver like Odell Beckham Jr. and all these expectations got placed on you. Although last season the expectations for the Browns were sky high, and you got, let's see, 1 week 2, week 3, week 5, and week 11. 4 preseason games. You went 1-3 on those, Cleveland. 1-3. 1-3. Because you beat the Jets on Monday Night Football. You lost to the Rams, which Freddie Kitchens, that's on you. You got destroyed. No, I'm sorry. The Browns went 2-2 in primetime games last season. Not 1-3. Forget what I said. They beat the Jets on Monday Night Football. They should have beat the Rams on Sunday Night Football the following week. But again, through a combination of Freddie Kitchens deciding to throw it on all 4 downs near the goal line, that was stupid, and running a draw play on 4th and 9, we couldn't beat the Rams. And then we just didn't show up on Monday Night Football against San Francisco. But then again, San Francisco turned out to be a really good team. We'll see if that was a fluke or not, because they just lost to the Arizona Cardinals at home. So we'll see. And you beat the Pittsburgh Steelers on Thursday Night Football. But then we can't even celebrate that, because Myles Garrett decided to slam Mason Rudolph with his own helmet. Now, Mason Rudolph probably, I think, instigated that, but still, that's not what people remember about that game. What people remember is that Myles Garrett took Mason Rudolph's own helmet and whacked it over his head. Yeah. And so, 6-10, you only get 2 primetime games. You're opening up against the Baltimore Ravens, the defending AFC North champions, and the team I'm predicting to hoist the Lombardi at the end of the season. Yes, that's not to disrespect Kansas City, because Kansas City is just as good of a team this season as they were last year. I get that. I just think Baltimore is going to edge them out and be the ones hoisting the Lombardi at the end of the Super Bowl in Raymond James Stadium on February 7th, which just so happens to be my birthday. What a coincidence. Hasn't happened in a while that the Super Bowl was on my birthday. I think the last time was actually Super Bowl 44 when the Saints beat the Colts. Anyway. Or it might have been Super Bowl 50 when the Broncos beat the Panthers. One of the two. Anyway. But, again, you go 6-10. You bring in a new coaching staff. I get it. This pandemic has hit, so you didn't have preseason games to really work out the kinks in the offense. I get that. But you had several weeks to be ready for Baltimore and kind of know what they were going to do, and you go out and play like that? The Browns didn't even look like an NFL team today. They didn't. They just looked like a high school team. It was sad. Now again, I wasn't expecting Cleveland to win this game. Because yes, I am a Browns fan, but I'm a realistic Browns fan. But, so yes, I picked Baltimore. Like on my preview show with Ingrave and Vince. But I thought the score was going to be 24-17 Baltimore. Because when I think of AFC North games generally, they're low-scoring defensive battles with a lot of running, hard-hitting battles. But that's not what we got at all in this game. Baltimore was just like, oh, hi, Cleveland, we're going to destroy you. You know that since John Harbaugh, the Ravens head coach, has got hired by Baltimore, he's 20-4 against the Browns. 20-4. Come on. And the NFL now expects us to recover from that ass whipping that we got today in 4 days and be ready for the Battle of Ohio in our home opener on Thursday against Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals. Yeah, that should be fun. Excited to work with you, Jazzy TB. Both teams are going to be looking for their first win. Although both teams' losses were on opposite ends of the spectrum. Because your Cincinnati Bengals only lost by 3. Whereas we lost 38-6. Yeah. At least your Bengals actually showed up. My Browns didn't show up. Like I said, I don't think the Browns ever stepped off the plane when they landed in Baltimore. For that matter, did the plane even take off from Cleveland? Yeah,